On February 17th, 2018, Chen Tongjia, a Hong Kong native, fled back to Hong Kong after traveling with Pen Xiaoying with his companion during a trip to Taiwan. Since there is no mutual legal assistance of Gulf Agreement between Hong Kong deports Chen Tongjia to be tried. Chen Tongjia is a permanent resident of Hong Kong, so he cannot leave the country, triggering relevant legal discussions. Carrie Lin Zhengyue, the fifth chief executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, in August 2020. She was believed to have improperly handled the anti-extradition law and impaired Hong Kong's autonomy. This led to a series of sanctions imposed by the US government, making her the first head of Hong Kong to be sanctioned. Joshua Huang Zhifeng, Hong Kong Democratic Self-Determination Faction social movement activist. He had joined the anti-extradition law amendment bill movement, stating that the Hong Kong government should clearly withdraw the fugitive offenders and mutual legal assistance in criminal matters legislation, Bill 2019, and withdraw the mistakes of characterizing the June 9th million people parade as a riot. He claimed that Carrie Lam was no longer eligible for the bloodshed caused by Hong Kong people. Chief Executive. From March to June in 2019, there were many anti-extradition law amendment bill movements. Among them, the number of people in the parade on June 16th exceeded 2 million. July 1st march to occupy the Legislative Council. On July 21st and August 11 parades, the police shot to disperse the crowd, and some people were shot in the eyes. On August 31st, the Hong Kong police rushed into the MRT Taizhi station and beat the demonstrators. They blasted the citizens with pepper spray and batons indiscriminately. This was a disaster. On October 1st and November 11th, the Hong Kong police fired on demonstrators for the first time and the third time, respectively. The siege of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University broke out on November 16th, and 1,100 people were arrested or registered. The multiple conflicts that began in June caused more Taiwanese to have a sense of distrust of the Chinese government. Han Kuo-yu, candidate of Kuomintang presidential, because of his unknowing response to the anti-transmission procession. Not only was it resisted by Hong Kong people who supported the anti-transmission, but it also made the Kuomintang stance unfounded and demoralized. It further enabled Tsai Ing-wen to win the 2020 Republic of China presidential election by high votes and be re-elected. From June 12th to 16th in 2019, there are more than 10 countries and up to 35 cities have held public processions or gathering to fight against the fugitive offenders and mutual legal assistance in criminal matters legislation bill among them. Perth, Australia, took the lead in holding the first overseas anti-cent parade on June 8th. The following map shows the countries where anti-cent parades and rallies have been held in cities around the world, including New York, Chicago, Toronto, Melbourne, Tokyo, Taipei, London.